Hi, my name is Angus Ho with Daddy Dat, a part of the Ash Management Group. I want to show how you can budget as a full-time engineer, make real estate investments, and live an exceptional family life as a dad. So, come along with me in this journey of wealth. There is a saying that goes that I will work with whichever president gets elected. It's pretty clear now that Vice President Joe Biden is the president-elect and that the doors for Trump to turn over any states is closing. Therefore, I want to make a video on my opinions on what a Democratic president means to me. I also want to tell you how I will be investing going forward. By making the best decisions early on now, it will help you reach that dream house that you've always wanted. Travel the world guilt-free, become financially independent, and retire early sooner. Let's get right into the stock that I will be watching closely. The first sector that I would be interested in is marijuana. Although stocks hasn't been soaring right now, a Democratic president normally means decriminalization. In this town hall, Joe Biden said he would decriminalize marijuana.
Decriminalize marijuana and automatically expunge prior marijuana convictions.
Decriminalization, in his words, is that instead of sending an addict to jail, he would send him for rehabilitation. Rehabilitation will work if it helps people get rid of the addiction of marijuana, but it may also mean that people will feel that the use of marijuana is much more accessible and bears less penalty. I don't want to say exactly which way America will go with this. However, some of the big names of cannabis like Canopy Growth, stock symbol WEED, who jumped more than 25% after election. Also, the Horizons Marijuana Life Sciences Index ETF, with full disclosure I own in my own personal portfolio, has jumped 26% after the election. Whereas the S&P 500 overall has only increased 9% after the election. Another area that I'm very interested in is the renewable energy sector. President Biden has announced that if he was elected president, he would invest $1.7 trillion into the renewable energy sector.
We're going to invest $1.7 trillion in securing our future so that by 2050, the United States will be 100% clean energy economy.
If you look at the Energy Select Sector SPDR fund, stock ticker symbol XLE, the current return on that stock is 21%. SPDRD fund is the Standards & Poor's Depository Receipt, which is like a mutual fund, but that it has a fixed number of shares. The companies that probably will be able to apply for this type of funding are energy companies and tech companies. The next sector I would look into is the retail sector. Democratic governments tend to bring the low-income class closer to the middle class. Thus, there is the ability for more consumers, and the retail industry typically booms. Unfortunately, in this pandemic, retail will most likely take a hard hit unless it has a strong online presence. Right now, I would invest in companies like Uber for their Uber Eats, stock symbol UBER. After the election, they had a 21% jump. If you look at a retail ETF like the SPDR S&P Retail ETF, stock ticker symbol XRT, it made an overall gain of 9.1%. This ETF holds some big names from Nordstrom to Walgreens to Expedia. Once a vaccine is discovered for this pandemic, this sector will see a huge boost. For now though, I will be watching to see what happens. Now, let's move on to the stocks I would avoid, including those dislike trolls. Here they come. Smash that like button. Hurry. Like button. Like button. Whew. Thanks for hitting that like button. I'm sure if you didn't hit that like button, another video for that opportunity will come around. Like I was saying, sectors that I would avoid is number 1, insurance company. The Biden plan is to federalize the healthcare system. That means that private healthcare and insurance companies will lose a portion of their business to a federal program. There is a wide mix of options whether or not healthcare should be federalized. How I see it is that there is only a pool of money that people can use, no matter who manages that money. Insurance only works as well only if someone contributes to that pool of money as well. One of the advantages of having a federal program is that it is another choice for consumers. The government can also tack on the cost of this insurance plan to the taxpayer, which would ensure the program would succeed. Another thing that the government can do is to regulate the cost of healthcare, like doctors. Unfortunately, this is not my favorite idea either, because doctors in Canada want to move to the United States because of the opportunities. The best doctors will seek better opportunities if they can. On the other hand, if affordable healthcare is something you need, then this plan will be important for you. On to the numbers, however, one of the biggest health insurers in the United States, United Health Group, stock symbol UNH, was flat after the election and has since then dropped 5%. The next big company I would now stay away from is Boeing. Trump was a huge supporter of Boeing. He has a plane himself, and during his campaign, he tweeted Boeing a lot. I too was sold with his attitude in Boeing. Boeing was a company that hung around in the $100 mark for decades. After Trump's support in the company shot to a high of $400, and some of the things that Trump did under his presidency was that Airbus announced the production stop of the super jumbo A380 jet. The other news is that President Trump was the last country to ground the Boeing 737 MAX 8 planes. From a consumer point of view though, it does look bad, but from an investor point of view, it shows Trump's stand on the company. The FAA on November 18th, however, lifted the grounding order of the Boeing 737 MAX 8 and was cleared to resume flying. If anything was to happen to Boeing again, however, the protection will not be as strong and clearly the support will not be as good. Therefore, Boeing is a company I would avoid. The next area I would avoid is real estate investment trusts or REITs. The heart of the Biden campaign is to reward hard work and not to reward wealth. Biden has made it clear that he would close tax loopholes, which includes the 1031 exchange. The 1031 exchange is used so that investors can easily switch their primary residence for a rental property, and when they go to sell, they don't need to pay capital gains tax. As an investor myself, I don't fully understand why I need to pay tax on a purchase of a house, and then when I go to sell it, pay tax again on the gains I make while selling it. To me, I feel that property tax should have already covered the capital gains tax. He is, however, a supporter of the affordable housing and a supporter of the first down payment tax credit. Some articles that I've read have stated that it is going to be a mixed bag of what will happen and that due to a minority Senate, change will not be easy. Looking at the Real Estate Select Sector SPDR Fund, stock ticker symbol XLRE, since the election, the fund has raised 4%. At the end of the day, regardless of president, there will be winners and losers. To me, it's important to listen to the priorities of the president. The regulation they introduce to the country will either incentivize or de-incentivize certain sectors of the market. By strategically investing your money intelligently early will help you reach that dream goal of yours. Or if you just want to be like me, being an everyday dad, working hard as an engineer, managing $3 million in properties with his wife, living in the 2,000 square feet home, traveling the world every year, and being 90% of the way there to a millionaire. Whatever it is, make sure to learn from my mistakes and apply them to your life. By intelligently and strategically selecting the right stocks will help you achieve the ASH method, where S stands for save. Make sure you also ask any questions in the Daddy Dad Facebook group. Also, comment below any questions you may have about the presidential election in the comment section down below. If you like to hear more budgeting, engineering, or real estate tips, please leave a comment down below on what you want to hear. Smash that like button, subscribe button, and be sure to hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I post new videos every week on Mondays and Thursdays. From the Ash Management Group, this is Daddy Dad saving you money.